Hello everyone, welcome to day 20 of Prelims Warm Up. This initiative has been brought to you by Aptiplus Academy for Civil Services, and in this initiative we are looking at the most important topics for the upcoming UPSC Prelims 2020. I am Shayak Datta, the faculty for Geography and Environment at Aptiplus Academy for Civil Services. So let us start with our first topic for the day. The first question is with regards to reports which are released by Niti Aayog. So the question asks, okay, which of the following are released by Niti Aayog? Number 1, India Innovation Index. Number 2, Composite Water Management Index. And number 3, School Education Quality Index. So you have been asked which of the following reports are released by Niti Aayog. Number 1, India Innovation Index. Number 2, Composite Water Management Index, and number 3, School Education Quality Index. So out of the given three reports that we get to see, Niti Aayog will publish all three of them. So ideal answer should be D, 1, 2 and 3. So let us have a look at the answer. Answer is D. So all of these three are published by Niti Aayog, and if you want to know more about the reports which are published by Niti Aayog, you can visit this particular link. It is from Niti Aayog's website itself. So you can go to this link and know more about the different reports which are released by Niti Aayog. Okay. So this is with regards to the first question that we have for today. Okay, which are the reports which are released by Niti Aayog? Now coming to the second question that we have. The second question is with regards to the UN Environment Program, also called as UNEP, UN Environment Program. So again the question asks, okay, which out of these reports are released by the UN Environment Program? Number 1, Actions on Air Quality. Number 2, the Global Environment Outlook. Number 3, World Wildlife Crime Report. So you have three reports: Actions on Air Quality, Global Environment Outlook and World Wildlife Crime Report. Now, if you look at UN Environment Program, then it is responsible for releasing the first two reports, that is Actions on Air Quality and Global Environment Outlook, but not this report, that is the third one, World Wildlife Crime Report. So ideal answer should be 1 and 2, that is your B. B should be the right answer. Let's see. Yes, answer is B. And when we talk about the World Wildlife Crime Report, so that is released by UNODC. UNODC stands for United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. So World Wildlife Crime Report, it is a separate report which is released by UNODC, and UNODC stands for United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. And again you can go to this particular link to know more about the various reports which are published by UNEP or United Nations Environment Program. Okay, so this is with regards to the second question, which is with regards to UNEP and the reports published by them. Moving on to the third question that we have. Third question is about a particular place called as Gairsan, or again the pronunciation might vary, Gairsan. It is the name of a place, and it is the proposed new capital for which of the following states? So this is supposed to become a new capital for a particular state. The question asks, okay, which state is it? A, Telangana, B, Uttarakhand, C, Jharkhand and D, Chhattisgarh. So this particular place is actually located in B, Uttarakhand, and it has been proposed as a new capital because of its accessibility, because of its central location, and hence it is being thought of that this should become the new capital for Uttarakhand. So answer is B, Uttarakhand, and we get to see this place. It's a town and a Nagar Panchayat in the Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. It is situated at the center of Uttarakhand at a distance of approximately 250 kilometers from Dehradun. So it is around 250 kilometers from Dehradun. Important thing is it is situated at the center of Uttarakhand. And also whenever you are thinking about a state capital, it should be easily accessible. So it is easily accessible from both Garhwal as well as from Kumaon, and it acts as a bridge between the two regions. Plus, that is why this is being considered as the future capital of Uttarakhand. And again, if you want to know more about this particular place, you can visit the Wikipedia link for this page and get to know more about this place. Okay? So this is with regards to Uttarakhand's new proposed capital. Moving on to the fourth question that we have, the US has recently passed the Uyghur Human Rights Policy Act to stop the detainment, torture and harassment of the Uyghur Muslim communities in which country? So, US has recently passed this particular act called as the Uyghur Human Rights Policy Act, and it is meant to stop the detainment, torture and harassment of the Uyghur Muslim communities. Question is, in which particular country is this particular community located? So you have A, Iran, you have B, China, C, Afghanistan and D, Myanmar. Okay. So Uyghur, the community has been there in the news for quite a while, mainly because it is present in China, and we get to see that Chinese government have been detaining very large numbers of people belonging to this particular community, and detaining them and keeping them in concentration camp like infrastructure. So they are keeping them in one particular place and trying to bring them to the mainstream, and trying to ensure that they come in line with the communist ideology. And because there has been some amount of unrest in these regions which are populated with the Uyghur communities, so that is why we get to see that China has been practicing a very oppressive policy, and hence US has passed this particular act called as the Uyghur Human Rights Policy Act. Okay, so 4B, China should be the right answer. So we get to see this act aims to address the mass captivity of over 10 lakh Uyghurs and other ethnic Muslim minorities in China. Okay, and again, this particular link I have provided for the Business Standard. You can go to this link and know more about this particular act. Plus, I would also recommend read up a little bit regarding the Uyghur Muslim community, which makes up a minority community of China, and how China has been trying to actually ensure that they give up their religious traditions and all, and come in line with the communist ideology. Similar thing you can also get to see in case of again, you have a very minority Muslim community in Myanmar as well, and we get to see that the Myanmar government has been practicing a very oppressive policy on them. So please get to know a little bit regarding the Rohingya Muslim community as well, and how Bangladesh is facing an issue with the Rohingya Muslim community, not just trying to provide them with proper area to stay in, but also because of this recent COVID infection which is spreading very rapidly, how this Rohingya community in Bangladesh refugee camps, how vulnerable they have become. So just read up a little bit regarding these minority communities. For example, you can also read up a little bit regarding the Kurdish community. So read up a little bit regarding these communities because they have been in the news in the past 1 year. Moving on to the fifth question for the day. Recently, we get to see that India had hit out at Pakistan for raising the Kashmir issue at the Inter-Parliamentary Union. Consider the following statements about IPU, which is called as the Inter-Parliamentary Union. Okay. So IPU, or the Inter-Parliamentary Union, it is a global inter-parliamentary institution headquartered in Hague in Netherlands. Second statement is its initial objective was the arbitration of conflicts, and it played an important role in setting up the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague. And the third statement is the IPU, or the Inter-Parliamentary Union, has permanent observer status at the United Nations General Assembly. So these are the three statements with regards to the Inter-Parliamentary Union, at which we get to see that Pakistan, like it tries to raise the Kashmir issue at all international forums. And similarly over here also, Pakistan had raised the Kashmir issue, and India had given a very stern reply, a very fitting reply, So the question is with regards to this Inter-Parliamentary Union. The first statement is Inter-Parliamentary Union is a global interparliamentary institution headquartered in The Hague in Netherlands. So the first statement, the first part of it is correct. Okay, it is a global interparliamentary institution. But the second part, okay, the headquarter is not in The Hague in Netherlands, but rather the headquarter is in Geneva, which is in Switzerland. So headquartered in Geneva in Switzerland. So the first statement is incorrect. The second statement is actually correct. It is its initial objective was the arbitration of conflicts, and it played an important role in setting up the permanent code of arbitration in The Hague. That is correct. The third statement, the IPU has permanent observer status at the UNGA. That is also correct. So we get to see first statement is incorrect, but the second and the third statements are correct. So 2 and 3 should be the right answer. And yes, it is headquartered in Geneva in Switzerland. You can visit their website, IPU's website, to know more about the details like the history of IPU, what is the major function of IPU, objectives of IPU, etc. Okay, so these were the 5 important topics for today. Again, I've kept a page for you to take down the self notes on these topics. With this, we complete day number 20, and with the completion of day 20, till now we have discussed over 100 important topics for the upcoming UPSC Prelims 2020. I hope you have been following all the videos and noting down details, reading up on these topics, because there are high chances of getting some of these topics common in your upcoming UPSC Prelims 2020. And we are going to continue with this particular initiative. So like, comment, share and subscribe to Apti+ Academy for Civil Services YouTube channel for more such informative topics. So till then, study hard, stay safe and take care. Thank you so much.